Hello everybody, I'm Clayton Lucas. Welcome to the Quick Set. It's incredible to think that we're into year 3 already, and just like you, I am super excited for the start of the Volleyball Nations League. However, before we delve into the tournament proper, let me bring you up to speed on where we're going and a few changes to this year's tournament. The women's edition is making stops in 7 locations, namely Japan, Turkey, Hong Kong, Brazil, Korea and Thailand, with the finals in Arlington, Texas, USA from July the 12th to the 16th. For the men, the host countries are Japan, Canada, Netherlands, France, Philippines, USA, and Poland will host the final round from July the 19th to the 23rd. If you can't watch the VNL live, you can always go to VBTV. Croatia and Cuba are making their Volleyball Nations League debut after winning the Challenger Cup in 2022. Croatia beat Belgium and Cuba got the better of Turkey. We look forward to seeing their journey and also just how well their stars will do on this big stage, the likes of Samantha Fabriz, Bojana Butigan, and also Marlon Yant and Miguel Lopez. Now let's talk about the format. Each team will play 12 matches this year in the preliminary phase, and the top 8 will go through to the finals, which is a single elimination competition. It's quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then the medal matches. Now, if you're the host team, like the USA for the women and Poland for the men, you're not guaranteed to be the #1 seeds unless you finish first in the preliminary phase. So that means wherever they finish is where they'll be placed. If they should finish outside the top 8, that means they will come in as the 8th ranked team. Now then, who are the women's teams to keep an eye on? We should all watch out for the 16 teams that are competing per gender. Teams like Italy, who are the reigning Women's Volleyball Nations League champions, are stacked with talent. There's their scoring machine, Paola Rigonu, libero, Moki, Monica De Gennaro, blocking machine, Anna Denesi, and of course their setter, Alessia Oro. Now, let's not forget about crowd favourites Brazil, whose roster is a strong mix of rising stars like Ana Cristina and Julia B, along with experienced players like Miss Everything, Gabby, and Carol, and of course, setter Macris. Brazil also welcomes the return of the 2-time Olympic champion Thaisa, who last played for the national team back in 2018. Let's not forget the 3 times Volleyball Nations League champions, the USA, who are led by Olympic gold medalists like Jordan Larson, Kelsey Robinson-Cook, and Chiaka Ogbogu. Speaking of the USA, I'm really excited to introduce the newest member of the Quick Set team, Emily Ehman. Emily's currently in Antalya and she's going to be reporting on Team USA. We're going to get the latest scoop from her. So, over to you, Emily.
Clayton, thank you so much for having me on this edition of the Quick Set and for all of VNLs to come covering Team USA. I am so excited to be here in Antalya, Turkey, where Team USA has fielded a mixed group of characters. Now, we know that Team USA is hosting the finals in Arlington, Texas from July 12th to 16th, so they automatically have a bid. So we'll probably see veterans later on as this tournament goes. But here in Antalya, they have a mixed group led by veterans setter Micah Hancock, libero Justine Wong-Arantes, and opposite Annie Drews. They're leading a younger core, especially the outsides, none of which have ever played in a VNL. So we're looking at Brooke Nunneveller, Veronica Jones-Perry, Kalia Lanier, and Avery Skinner. During that match against Serbia on Wednesday night, Annie Drews led the team with 25 points, and the outsides really stepped up that younger group, 35 points combined between Lanier and Skinner. They looked very solid. For the middles, Breon Butler, 8 blocks on the night, and Asia O'Neill in her first time in a VNL and USA uniform really held the team as well. Looking forward, a young but very talented team, so we'll see how they do. Clayton, thank you so much for having me. I'm Emily Ehman on this edition of the Quick Set. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Emily. Looking forward to hearing from you in Brasilia. Now it's time to turn our attention to the men's competition, like the women, loaded with really strong teams. There's no denying France are one of the favourites as the reigning Volleyball Nations League and Olympic champions. Their roster this year once again includes Erwin Engapet, Genia Grebenikov and Bartolomei Cinanesi. Then we have world champions Italy, led by their setter Simone Gianelli, outside hitters Alessandro Michieletto and Daniele Lavia, plus rising star Yuri Romano. Other teams to keep an eye on are the USA, Brazil, Poland and Japan. We'll talk more about the men's VNL when their competition gets underway next week in Ottawa, Canada and Nagoya, Japan. You can watch the 2023 Volleyball Nations League live and on demand on VBTV. For all the latest news, schedules and updates, you can check out volleyballworld.com. Well, that's it from me. Until next time, goodbye.